Not every renovation needs to be super expensive in order for it to be amazing. I'm in this luxury 5-star Airbnb cabin, and I'm gonna break down the top 5 updates they made to this cabin that cost very little money but look amazing, and we're done on a budget. So if that's something you want to see, then just keep watching. Okay, the first update that you are going to see is right at the entryway when you walk into the home, and on the right you see a series of hooks and you see this DIY board and batten that they painted this really rich blue color. So this is incredibly effective because one, it sets the mood for the entire place. Like, it's very dramatic and it captures your eye. And the other thing that makes it super effective is that it serves a function. We are at a lakeside town that also has a ski resort, and this area now becomes a place where you can drop off all your wet items, you can hang them, you can stack your shoes neatly, and you can just keep it out of the way, and it still looks really beautiful. So a super easy DIY, low cost, but very effective update to make is doing board and batten that you then paint and you add hooks to, and voila, you've got a super functional entryway. Okay, the next update that I want to point out are the bathrooms. Now, the bathrooms, you will notice looking at the shower and the tub itself, it is completely builder grade. They didn't change it. What they did change were the shower faucets. And if you look at these, they're super dramatic, they're black, super contemporary and modern, and they really give the shower an updated look, even though this is a completely builder grade insert for the shower. The next thing that they did was they replaced the vanity, and I will show some photos from the listing when this house was purchased a couple of years ago so you can see the old vanity. All they did was replace this. It probably cost maybe $200, $300. They added the new faucet to it, and I would guess that cost about $100. They added a super cool mirror, let's call that $100, and new lighting, another $100. Some shelving, super cheap updates. I would say in this bathroom, they probably spent no more than $700, $800, and it gives such a big dramatic update without doing the super expensive work like tiling. I have been at work behind the scenes on an exciting new project. My premium ebook, The Ultimate Guide to Launching a Glamping Site, is now available. This book is your comprehensive handbook for every aspect of creating your own glamping oasis, from the initial design phase to securing funding, navigating permits, and finally launching your site. This book has you covered. It's organized with helpful tables and checklists that you will find it easy to stay on track and organized throughout the entire process. Additionally, there's a bonus section where you can keep all of your vendors organized, making it even easier to bring your glamping dreams to life. So whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or a first-time adventurer, this guide is your go-to resource for crafting the perfect glamping experience. To purchase, go to www.glampsitelaunchpad.com. Okay, the next thing that you will notice is this kitchen. I'm gonna show some photos from the actual Airbnb listing, and I'll compare that to the listing photo when it was sold. You'll notice the cabinets are exactly the same. All that they did was they painted the upper cabinets this like cream color, and they painted the lower cabinets like almost like a dark navy blue black color. They added new hardware, and you can actually see the hinges are the old hinges from when this house was originally built in the 90s. So they didn't even change that. It was just the paint as well as the drawer pulls and the cabinet handles. They kept the old builder grade granite countertops, but you know what? It kind of blends in. You don't really notice them because all you see is the drama of the paint. The next thing that they did was they did add a new faucet, kept the old sink. And it's this like nice gold color that matches the color of the drawer and cabinet pulls. And you'll see it's like super high impact, but very low cost. I would imagine that in this space, they spent maybe, I would say about $200 on the pulls, maybe a couple $100 on the paint, and probably $200 to $300 on the faucet if they bought a higher end one. And so for, clearly less than $1,000, they updated this kitchen. The next update that these homeowners made that is really high impact but low cost is they updated the lighting as well as the ceiling fans. And here I'll show you a comparison of what the for sale listing looked like and now what the Airbnb listing looks like. It's much more modern. It's got this Scandinavian feel. And, this lighting is something that could have either been completely DIY or something that they bought at IKEA. So I'm guessing the dining room light is maybe $100 and the ceiling fan is a couple of $100. So it was a super economical update that they did to make it really dramatic. And the last thing that I will mention, take a look at this fireplace. In the listing, you'll see that it's just got all of this stone and it's really dark and frankly overbearing. Now in the Airbnb listing photos, you'll notice that there's something new that they added to this fireplace, and they added a mantle. And I'm not sure, I can't tell if this mantle is DIY or if they purchased it. But either way, this is an update that they made for maybe a couple $100 in purchasing the material and probably installed it themselves. And as you can see, it makes all the difference because it now creates a moment in the fireplace. It provides an opportunity for the host to put some art. They store all of the remote controls on that mantle, but it just creates the fireplace as much more of a focal point that isn't overbearing. That mantle really lightens it up. Okay, so all of the 5 updates that I mentioned, we have the entryway, board and batten and hooks area. There are the bathrooms with just the vanities and the faucet fixtures and lighting updates. Then we have the kitchen, the paint, and the drawer handles and pulls, as well as the new faucet. Then we have the lighting and ceiling fan updates. And finally, we have the mantle. Adding all of that up, I'm gonna estimate that these updates cost between $7,000 to $10,000, which if you've ever done a rehab before, even something that is really cheap, that is an incredibly low price because a lot of times, one, you're not able to do those updates yourself. You're having to pay for labor as well as the materials, but you're tending to do a lot more expensive fixes. So thinking about the kitchen, for example, a lot of times people aren't keeping the old cabinets. They're replacing new cabinets, which means also new countertops, new sinks, new faucets, and then your costs are gonna skyrocket. But seeing as how they were able to keep almost everything of the original kitchen and just freshen it up, that saved them a lot of money. So as you can see, there are some really smart choices that you can make that are gonna have an impact on the visual of the space, but have a really low impact on your budget. So let me know your thoughts. Would you make changes like this? And how much do you think it cost? Do you think my estimate of $10,000 was too much? Let me know down in the comments. If you want to know exactly where to start your luxury cabin glamping business, check out my links down below. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Bye-bye.